Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know, it came on suddenly, but we were able to get it done. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, Mike. I was standing strong until I actually got there to the place I was supposed to propose, and I started getting a little shaky, a little weak in my voice. Sounded like a second spurt of puberty. You know, that voice cracking. It was pretty bad, man. You know, the best part about it is, Mike, is she's almost 6 feet tall, and I'm about 5'6". So,
all right.
She's taller than me.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm really glad to have you on the show while you're still making your own decisions.
Well, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it, man. I might have my decision making pulled from me, like who is it?
Oh, do you all have a date set?
It's over.
Yeah, April 6th. April 6th.
So Greg won't be around for the draft special.
No, I will. I might miss a couple episodes, but I'll be there, I swear.
Oh gosh.
Hopefully
this time next year it'll be Greg Rice. Hey guys. Hey, I'm out here in the shed. I want to give my take.
Yeah. Record this, Russell, and play this live.
Record this while she's at the store.
Oh no, we recording right now.
Hopefully we'll be picking 32nd. So the draft pick won't be you know what I mean, something we have to dig too deep in. Even though we will anyway, because we love football like that.
Is this your first marriage?
Yes, sir.
I liked it so much I did it a couple times.
Proud of you, Mike. Sometimes you got to establish a dynasty, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A dynasty.
Yeah. So,
you're the Tom Brady of marriages, right?
Oh, gentlemen. My God. Can we talk about that Broncos-Dolphins score yet?
Man.
Go ahead. Do it up.
70-20. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a college score. Mike, what is going on with the Broncos?
I'll tell you what my theory is, Greg Rice.
Let me hear.
Vic Fangio is one of the best defensive minds in the game, and he used to coach the Broncos last year. So every time they would line up, he knew exactly where the soft spot in the defense was. He knew exactly what each player's strengths and weaknesses was, and he exploited them. That's what I believe. Because if you watch some of those replays, and I watched every score, I watched a highlight of every one.
Yeah.
The holes that the offensive line was opening up for Devin Achane was unbelievable.
Unreal. I know. He was Mostert too. Oh my God.
and the strength of this Miami Dolphins team is their defense and their passing game, not their offensive line. That's not the strength of this team. I mean, it was so bad. I saw a meme that Mike McDaniel was actually in the stands asking fans to call a play. I don't know if that's true or not, but if that is true, that's the most ultimate slap in the face in the world. And here's another thing I love about it is Nathaniel Hackett over there and Aaron Rodgers smiling their asses off because Sean Payton made those backhanded comments about Nathaniel Hackett's coaching job, and now you start the season 0-3. Shut up, Sean Payton. You're washed up.
I agree. I have a feeling between you and I, Mike, not in the same circumstances, but he could go out like Gruden did in kind of a just like a sort of way.
For sure. I mean, and is Russell Wilson signing turning out to be one of the worst of all time? Look at what Seattle has done with it. It's unbelievable. I mean, John Schneider and Pete Carroll totally pulled the wool over the Broncos. And, you know, they got new ownership out there in the Broncos. It's the Walmart family owns the Denver Broncos now. And I'm sorry, but all that money isn't going to make you a smart football mind.
Exactly. Agreed.
All right, the countdown's in here. We're almost there. NFC North Open Mic. Come in and talk y'all shit. You can do it.
Man, I like these new graphics, Ross.
So do I.
Thank you.
Shot that.
Yep, what about you, Greg Rice? I even got one for you.
Look at that. That's awesome. And he spelled your name right.
I appreciate that even more, Russ.
the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field.
Yes, sir. This Thursday.
What's up, Bear Down? Mike's here. Chad's here. And ex-Bear fans after they started.
All right.
And go Lions. All right. Rajneesh in the house. Robert's been waiting all day, man. He put it in his notification. He can't wait to get on here and get some of that main event mic.
Really? Did he put that?
No, I'm just assuming.
Oh, you're just stirring
come after me.
You're just stirring the pot.
Nice. Great graphics, Russ.
Amen.
This is my favorite part of the whole thing right there. Look at that. Tight end one. Oh! Oh, it is time right here, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not my show right here. Welcome to the stage, the one, the only, the Count of Monte Frisco, the Emmy-nominated main event, Mike.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Say hello to my little friend.
Yes.
Everybody, welcome to the NFC North Open Mic. It is I, Main Event Mike. I'm the ringmaster of this circus, and it is the maestro, Russell Wayne, pulling the strings behind the curtain. We are joined, as always, by our great friend, the West Coast Statmaster, Greg Rice, out in Cali. How are you tonight, gentlemen?
Blessed. Absolutely blessed.
It's Victory Monday for half of the division and 0-3 Monday for the other half of the division. Let's jump right into it, shall we? Let's talk about those Minnesota Vikings losing at home to the Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams went into the game 0-2. And we'll start with you, Greg, because I know you see a lot of Chargers games out there. A lot of the fan base out there probably stoked about getting the first win. Hon, what did you take away from the game?
Absolutely. I took away from the game that Justin Herbert is going to absolutely flourish in this Kellen Moore offense. He's blessed to be out there. All BS aside, this is a game that the Vikings should have won. Staley made a really, really questionable call to go for a 4th-and-1 on his own 25-ish. Didn't pay off. Vikings were right there to win the game. And, you know, it's funny because all those lucky games the Vikings had last year, it seems like it's really going in the opposite direction this year. But if you're a Chargers fan, you're excited, you got a talented team, you got a win on the board. If you're a Vikings fan, well, in the back of your mind somewhere, you had to see this coming.
Yeah, I watched the highlights of the game, of course, because we were glued to the Lions game and all that. So I did watch the highlights, and one thing that I took away from it was the offensive line of the Minnesota Vikings was getting abused. Bosa and boys were getting to Kirk a lot, and they were putting him under pressure the whole game. I mean, Kirk Cousins, the guy can't do it all by himself. Him and his receivers, Jordan Addison had a good game. Alexander Madison had some good runs. Again, the offense doing just fine out there in Minnesota. They're putting up enough points to win the game. Russell Wayne, what do you think?
Well, I'm not going to take up too much time. I'll just leave you with this.
But they are who we thought they were. There you go. Yeah, they are who we thought they were.
They're 0-3.
I think Brian Flores is making a difference on defense. It's just too little too late. It's not enough. You don't have enough.
But they are who we thought they were.
I did see the players playing hard, though. The Vikings players playing hard. And there were many times he was bringing the all-out blitz, the zero blitz. He would bring it, and Justin Herbert would beat it. This kid is a stud. I mean, it's hard to believe he's won less than half of his career games, and he's had decent teams around him. I think Brandon Staley is done there in Los Angeles. This kid's an absolute stud, and he won me my money in my fantasy league this week, him and Keenan Allen together. So I'm just high on this team right now. They are 2-1 or 1-2, and they play in a tough division. But I think the Chargers, I looked at their schedule today. They absolutely can make up some ground. Mike Williams out now with an ACL. That's big. They'll be looking for Quentin Johnson to come and fill that void. So I still think that the Chargers can do it. But we always start the show with our roast posts, don't we? But
yes, we do.
It's always nice when the Vikings lose, and we can bring that up when they're the defending division champions.
I didn't know if you wanted to do the Bears as well before we went to the roast, because their game in general. Their game in general is kind of a roast post. I mean, they got their whole fan base is jumping off of the boat. It's burning. Yeah. It's burning in Chicago. The fire Eberflus, fire fields. I stank the whole thing.
I love this post right here. Chuck Scott Jr. I won't even lie. As a Bear fan, I bust out laughing. I mean, that is kind of funny. This guy was a Bear fan. He's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a picture with a paper bag over my head. Hey, honey, where's the paper bags? Yeah. we don't have any paper bags. I'm going to use a plastic bag then. What we got next? This one.
I just wanted to bring up this one. This is a classic, and it has to be brought up here. Are you feeling good about that? Using two first-round picks when you had the other guy on the right who was better.
It's my quarterback.
And I mean that if you go back to that one real quick, Russ, these numbers, this meme actually is before the beatdown they took to the hands of Kansas City yesterday, 41-10, where Justin Fields was 11 of 22. Oh, that's only 50%, folks, and only threw for 99 yards. So you add those stats to this, and it's worse, not better. Next,
so you're saying that this isn't? Oh wow, okay. So this is actually more of what that looks like.
Yeah, this is a literal roast post.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Okay, I mean, I wanted to put these ones in here first because these are the fans that were talking the big game and they ended up jumping off the deep end. And I think that's kind of what we're doing right here. There,
and look at it's our good friend Jamez, Minneapolis, Minnesota. If you look at the hashtag, it says panic button reaching. So Viking fans, 0-3. Here's a neat stat for you: 2.4% of teams that start 0-3 have ever historically made the playoffs. What do we got? Any more roast posts?
Because we got plenty of roast posts.
I want to talk about Kevin O'Connell wearing the baby blue do-rag. Wow, yeah, that's classic.
I wanted to say about this is Jamez. This isn't just any Viking fan. This is like the Viking fan that is jumping off right here. This is definitely a caution flag because he's about the most optimistic Viking fan that you're going to find. And here it is.
He wants to know what Quezzy's smoking.
Yeah.
You must be Quezzy. All right.
Here's one from David Gray, who's a big-time Packer fan, if I'm not mistaken. Lions fans, when you're watching Bijan and Gibbs Sunday, don't forget y'all could have had the better running back. Well, this one didn't age too well, did it, David?
No, not at all. We absolutely shut down Bijan. My God. We shut down that whole running game.
Shut it down.
Yeah, and Arthur Smith really tried to work it, you guys. He tried to work a lot of play action. And our defense, this was easily their best performance, way better than the Chiefs' performance, in my opinion. We did it against a completely healthy Falcons team while we were down some guys. And, kudos to, I want to give another shout out to Derek Barnes. Man, this young linebacker is making it happen. Brian Branch, a bounce-back game. He's a rookie, so he's going to have some up-and-down games. But, man, was he – and, of course, I got to give my shout out to the guy I have been harping on all these last 2 weeks, Aiden Hutchinson. My God, what an impact he made, man.
Yeah, and it's something that we talked about last week that, look, if Aiden just keeps on doing what he's doing, you're not going to run into those games all the time because he's coming. That motor is just coming constantly. And you saw that in the strip sack and the fumble recovery at the end of the game. Very rarely does a guy strip sack the guy and then still recover the fumble, and it's all because of his motor. He never stopped. From the time he left out of the three-point stance to the time he fell on that football, it was go, go, go. And with that kind of effort, of course, he finishes with 2 sacks. The Lions with 7 sacks total on Atlanta. And what you alluded to, Greg, this is the most run-heavy team in the NFL, the Atlanta Falcons. The Detroit Lions held them to 44 yards total rushing.
We're going to buy the kneecap off.
And it wasn't even 20-6. The game really wasn't even that close. The Lions seemed to have full control of the game. Anything to add there, Russ?
I mean that's right. Jahmyr Gibbs at the end of the game on that on the clinching, I would say the dagger drive going down the field. He had 2 very, very good runs, proved that he was the dominant running back in that game as they close out the game with a Jared Goff RPO, dude. Did you see that move? That's all I wanted to say. Did you see that little stutter step that he had?
The wounded giraffe. Ooh-wee. God, he made that look great.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're moving on.
And it's Detroit Jesus. Melvin Griffin says, I don't see the Lions beating the Packers by any less than 10, and I'm not even trolling. He's not even trying to roast you. He's just stating what he thinks is the facts, Packer fans. What do you say about that?
This is what they say right here.
From John Dorn the Savage. You're smiling. Well, I'll read through the bad grammar. That's just par for the course. You're smiling when you I don't think I can. Actually, I'm going to read it word for word. Ewell smiling when Ewell thought Packers was going to take that L. Packers' best offense in the division comes back for the win. Your sad faces is priceless. Oh, the bad grammar gives me a headache here, John.
Yeah, I gotta admit that I had that second look. I mean, he had me right there. We were all had the pouty faces. We thought that they were going down.
Oh yeah, I think it hurts worse, John, because you're spot on. Russ and I were high-fiving everyone in the Lions. Yeah, screw the Packers. And then they come back and win the game. You can make all the excuses you want. Derek Carr wasn't there. They didn't have Jamal Williams. They didn't have Alvin Kamara. Wait a minute. They didn't have Jamal Williams, Alvin Kamara, or Derek Carr? Yeah, it's a fraudulent win.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead.
Asterisk.
Oh, no. This one comes from John Slyman. The first place because we beat a division opponent is just plain out stupid and a desperate thing to claim. I don't recall Green Bay fans ever doing this before. Why now? Because it's legit, John. Because as a standing goes, the division is determined in a tie by division wins. If the division were to end today, the Packers would be the division champions. Just the way it is. I mean, I get what you're saying.
It's annoying. See what he's saying, right?
I do. But you know what? The schedule makers have fixed it this Thursday.
But you are in first place, though. Kudos to you.
That's right. That's right. And this one comes from Tim Isaacson. Oh, man, Tim Isaacson. Still keeps on losing. That's our SKOL acronym of the week today. It says, meet Owen. 0-3. Oh!
That's my quarterback. Are you sure?
If you are a Bear fan or a Viking fan, you should jump in here pretty soon here. And then John Dorn, I don't even think this one deserves any acknowledgement, seeing as it has been 735 days since the Packers have beaten the Lions.
Acknowledge me.
Now, somebody needs to Photoshop something into Matt LaFleur's hand. Right there. That's a prime spot for Photoshop.
Acknowledge me.
Right there.
Oh,
735 days. Right there.
Dude, that was so good. Can you put that back up? Russ, you are a master. 735 days since the Packers have beat the Lions, and there's Quay Walker crying about it. While the sun god smiles on us all. I love it.
It's the little things that count, though, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, this one comes from Jake Dilling, best running quarterback in the North.
Yeah. It's my quarterback.
Jason Martin, he's a top contributor, whatever that means. He says, laugh my ass off. I laugh at these if Carr would have never got hurt excuses. Well, sorry, Jason, but they were 17-0 when Carr got hurt. He was moving the ball up and down the field. What are you talking about? If only Watson, Aaron Jones, D. Bakhtiari, Jenkins, Jair, and Campbell would have all played, the Packers blow out the Saints. So get the F out of here. Go, Pack, go. All right. Well, you won, so we'll let you go with that one. This one's brought to you by the Tom Novans Corporation. Tom Novans Corporation, where no shitty post goes unaudited. And the Vikings, but we're the 8th best passing defense in the league. And the Chargers say, okay, bro. Let's face it, guys. You were the 8th best
look
passing
at the stats
defense.
at the bottom.
Oh, Justin Herbert, 40 of 47. What? Gosh, can you imagine?
Yards.
Yeah,
Greg Rice, tell me how insane that is. 40 of 47.
The guy just doesn't miss, and I know Vikings were hyping up this pass defense, but let's be real here. They've been kind of exposed in the run game. We knew that the Chargers were going to have to pass a little bit more based on, Eckler being out. And, I mean, Justin Herbert just, I watch a lot of this guy. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league, and watching him throw the ball, it's effortless. It's like water cruising down a stream, and I absolutely roasted the Vikings.
And so wait a minute. Are you saying that they may not be 8th in pass defense anymore?
I mean, my issue with these stats, guys, is it's so early in the season. And, I'm a stat master myself. I love the stats. I love algorithms. I love all these things. But at this early in the season, it's kind of hard to claim who's the best. I usually like to get to about game 6 to really see how things shape out. I mean, we looked at the Dallas Cowboys defense as the best, and look at who they just lost to.
Right. Well, and here's another thing. But we're 8th in pass defenses because the other two teams ran all over you.
Absolutely.
They ran through you like a 7-Eleven burrito. And
yes,
we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yeah, you're 8th in pass defense because no one needs to throw the ball on you.
Yeah.
And so that's so horrible. And then if you look at the bottom of that Justin Herbert stat also, you see 8.6 average yard per throw. Anything over 6 yards means it's above the league average, and they're getting the ball downfield. Keenan Allen was just abusing the secondary of Minnesota.
Yeah.
Over 200 yards receiving.
But this is a beautiful thing right here.
It's my quarterback.
I mean, if Kirk Cousins keeps up this pace, they'll be 0-17. He'll throw for 6,000 yards, 51 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions.
I think Kirk Cousins on the Jets, he's taking them to the Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Okay, so here we go. I think this is teed up. So this isn't a roast post, but we're done with the roast post. But this is kind of like the segue piece right here. They can get a win. Both of the bottom teams here, both of these teams have somebody. They're playing Carolina and Denver.
Yep.
One of these two shitty teams is going to get a win. Don't you think? I mean,
let's predict it. Let's predict it.
I see 4 shitty teams. A buddy of mine, Jason, I don't want to put him out there, but he shot me a meme yesterday that despite losing by 50 points, the Denver Broncos, someone fact check this, were still 2-point favorites headed into Soldier Field. Which just absolutely blows me away.
Yeah, they are. There was 1.5.
Jesus.
I think 1.5 was the line I saw.
Oh my God. How is that possible?
Right. And here's the thing, they could both lose. In 3 weeks from now, they play each other, the Vikings and the Bears. If both of those teams are 0-for going into that game, that's going to be something else.
It could be the battle of suck.
I know. And the Chicago Bears, I mean, they're actually hoping for the Vikings to win that game because if the Panthers finish terrible, which they probably will, the Bears hold that pick. And the Bears could potentially have the top 2 picks in the draft. Or hear me out, the Cardinals, who the Bears also play this year, who have the Texans pick, those 2 teams could hold the top 4 at the top of the draft. How interesting would that be?
Oh, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Ooh-wee. And this draft, a lot of us watch college football, not to get ahead of ourselves, but this draft seems very star-studded, especially at certain key positions. Got to be the best quarterback class I can remember in a long time, at least of right now.
But the link's going in right now. Boom. You want to come on? You want to talk your smack? Now, as far as Bear and Viking fans, even though you don't have a dog in the race anymore, I mean, you can come on and you can. Who's going to win this game this Thursday between the Lions and the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field? It's a big game that means something early in the season as we invite Robert to the stage. Welcome to the program, Robert.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Robert?
You guys talk a lot of shit, man. I can't answer back. I'm just screaming at my phone. My wife thinks I'm crazy.
See, Russ, I told you shouldn't have let him in so soon. Welcome, Robert. What did you think of your team's narrow escape from New Orleans?
You guys are really blowing it like we got demolished or something. Look, I'm not saying Love had a bad game. I mean, he didn't play good. I mean, it didn't until the 4th quarter. In the 4th quarter, he played like Aaron fucking Rodgers. You guys can talk all that shit you want. we held their quarterbacks, both of them, to 200 fucking yards. They were throwing the ball all over the place, but their wide receivers did not get in the end. You know who scored on us? Fucking Jimmy fucking Graham, that little fucking bitch-ass tight end. He got in on the first drive. He was in for one play. That was his stat line, 1 for 8 and a touchdown. He just wanted to get us. That's all. He got his, and that was the end of it. All this Derek Carr was up and down the field. The Green Bay defense shut them down. They allowed 10 points in the first half and 0 points in the second half.
Carr was carving you guys up, dude. I watched the
Bro, he was not. I was 101 yards and a touchdown carving us up.
It's called. He went down. He scored, and then on the next,
that was it.
And then they ran a special teams touchdown. And
the special teams.
And you stopped Carr twice, and then he came down at the end of the half, and he scored a field goal, and then you injured him.
We didn't injure him till like the middle of the third, but it doesn't matter. Carr doesn't play defense. Their defense shut us down for 3 quarters until the fourth quarter. Then Jordan Love suddenly becomes this miracle fucking passer. He hit every fucking pass. He marched us down the field 3 fucking times, and they couldn't stop us. Everybody's like, well, you got lucky. If they hit the field goal, there was still a minute and 2 timeouts. The way he was fucking playing, man, I'm sorry. I'm not going to concede a win because if it was the first 3 quarters, I would totally be like, we're fucked. Because we're all sitting in the back. John Dorn, me, we're all sitting in the back talking about it, fucking giving Love everything, talking about. He played like crap the first half. He literally, and the trick play at the beginning, I mean, it would have worked, but man, it was fucked as soon as Emmanuel Wilson threw it at his feet, and then he tried some stupid shit, and he looked like the second week when he like stumbling into the lineman. I mean, look, their execution. He's young. That's the problem. They're getting this, but bro, by no means are we scared of you guys or anybody else in the NFL. We are fucking ready for some fucking football. And come on, and Thursday night, you guys are gonna get every bit. Okay. I promise.
Give it to us. Okay. Give it to us. Let's make sure that make sure you have Aaron Jones. Make sure you have Bakhtiari.
Bro, that's why they held him out, and they didn't even tell the fans. I want it to be like this. I want your best against our best because we're going to find out who's fucking running this division.
Our best, but you'll get us. You're going to get us, and it won't matter. And it won't matter that you'll get it. But welcome to the stage, John Dorn. We're going to get an earful here, too.
All right, so, Robert.
So you're talking about our offense? Our offense is better than yours and banged up. It's so better than yours. What the fuck are you talking about?
Our offense is just as good as your offense all
day.
No,
it's not even close. Absolutely. You fucking homer?
I'm not a homer. I'm just I call. How about this? We whipped the team that whipped your ass last week. 20-6
offense.
You got, hey, Bijan Robinson's going to run all over you guys.
I'm going to give you guys, look, I said that he's going to run on you, and I give you guys props. You guys shut him down.
Yeah.
I look, man, it wasn't, we couldn't do it. The way we played our defense that day, we tired our defense out by the fourth quarter, and that's why we fucking went flat.
And I even said, if you guys shut them down, that's the way you guys will win this game.
Welcome to the stage right here, Jeremy Ballrick.
Howdy, boys.
Hey, what's up?
So, not much. How about that? AG called a great defensive plan.
Yeah, it happens, man. Everybody, look, Joe Barry bounced back. I mean, I'm telling you, he had a great. We played a great defensive game. We held them guys to 10 points on their offense. They got the special teams, but you know, man, it's a young team. We can't correct every mistake. It's right off the bat.
So, Robert, I'm going to go ahead and respond to what you said. I've been waiting my turn. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Go for it.
Oh, good, because it's my fucking show. Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
So, you said, by your own admission, Love stunk up the joint until the fourth quarter.
Fuck yeah.
Actually, it wasn't, but it's not fucking Love.
Hey, it's my turn.
Yeah, let him go. Let him go,
John. By your own admission, your quarterback stunk it up for 3 quarters.
No, he didn't.
By your own admission, Derek Carr was 13 of 18, guys. Your quarterback was at 50% completion for the game. Derek Carr was absolutely carving you up. 13 of 18.
Does not, oh, my God.
13 of 18. Okay? 13 of 18. And like you said, if he hadn't gone out, the lead would have been even bigger than 17. So quit it. I give
How
you
many points did
kudos.
you give up?
I give you kudos. Your guys won. You won the game. It's 2-1. Both teams are 2-1. And I know none of us
And
can
just
wait.
one of the best
Can
fucking
just
defenses in
wait
the
for
fucking
that.
league. One of the better defenses in the league, even.
Who's
And
the
we
best
whooped
defense
their
in the
ass
league?
at the end in the fourth quarter.
Who's the best defense in the league? New Orleans?
Saints got one of the top defenses in the
you're
league.
full of shit.
One of the better ones. Bullshit, they don't.
And Robert, you
They're
got
better than the
you got a
fucking
great
Lions got, that's for sure.
you got a great point though that if the guy would have hit the field goal, you did still have a minute left. There was like 1 minute left on the clock, and I think you had all 3 timeouts.
We had two timeouts left.
Two timeouts and a minute on the clock. That absolutely doesn't mean the game's over. You guys would have had a shot at it.
We got a strong kicker.
Like you did last week.
Just like you did last week. And that's right where I was going with it, Russ, is we saw that in that situation, Jordan Love didn't get it done. So it stands to reason to me, if he hits that field goal, you guys are probably going to lose. Jeremy Ballreich, you got anything to add about this Green Bay win?
It was a good win for them.
They're just jealous.
Jordan, we let you speak. My turn.
No, we never did let him speak. I was finishing Robert. I cut the line and let you in because I like your shirt better.
I bet you do. But anyways, they had a great comeback win. I'm not going to take anything away from it. They missed the field goal, so that you can't cry over spilt milk. That's what they tell us when we have a game like that. We should say the same thing about any other team that fucked up at the end of the game. And that's what it all boils down to. That being said, he said you have the best fourth quarter defense in the league. Wait, you guys got scored on in week 1 in the fourth quarter, right?
The Saints got one of the best defense.
Yeah, he said the Saints. It wasn't us even saying that.
We were against them in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, John, you want to go ahead and get a take in there? John, go ahead.
I'm just saying, kudos to the young kids. I mean, those guys. I mean, if there were actually more veterans on it, they would have gave up. These young guys didn't know how to give up. They wanted this win. They're going to go for that win. Now the veterans didn't know by like, okay, we're going to we're not going to play fucking as good. You know, they didn't give up. These young guys did not give up.
I agree. There was a little of that Packer magic going on.
That's what I want to see.
It did seem like that. A little bit of that Packer magic going on in Lambeau.
At the same time, you can't tell me that Derek Carr wouldn't have been better than famous Jameis, 30 out of 30 for 30 in the fourth quarter.
I don't know. We shut him down the whole fourth quarter.
The next man up, right?
And you shut down famous Jameis.
How is it hard for you guys to understand that we got showed up last week in the fourth quarter, and they went around and fixed it and turned around and showed them up this fourth quarter? That's all, man. It's a learning experience. It's a young team. They're learning every day. The first thing the reporter said when they went into the locker room after that loss last week, it looked like a schoolyard. They were all sitting there talking about how they could fucking play better and make it better. And now they turn around and come back the next week and dominate the fourth quarter that they got their ass dominated in the week before.
It ain't going to happen again.
It ain't going to happen again. I'm telling you, man, this is a good fucking team, and they're going to fucking be strong.
They're hungry.
All right. Explain to me why 2-2-1 teams, why isn't the home team favored in Las Vegas?
Because I think it's mostly our injuries.
Because of the injuries you got. Do they expect Aaron Jones to play on Thursday?
We expected him to play last week, and then we heard that they're saving him for this game. Our management is scared of you guys. They're putting all this stock into it. We're ready to play you guys. That's what this is about. They sent them out, and they were going to take the L.
Yeah,
and it didn't happen. Jordan Love said, "Fuck you, I'm not done." And he got some fire lit up in him, and he looked like fucking Aaron Rodgers out there. Brett Favre, Bart Starr, you pick a quarterback. He was out there laying it out in the fourth quarter, lighting it up.
He looked more like Matt Flynn to me. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I doubt that.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
And at the same time, we did the same thing. We let Decker sit out. We let Monty sit out, who was actually walking on the sidelines Friday. Mosley returned to practice in limited Friday and was at practice again today and will be at practice again tonight. It's a different look than everybody's seen. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, and
Robert, Watson first time. Then we'll have Aaron Jones, for 2 games. Well, he's only played a game and a half, so he'll be out there. Hopefully, we should be. And then hopefully Bakhtiari plays.
Robert, I want to back up over a minute, Robert, for something you said a minute ago. Did you say that management was ready to take the L?
Yeah, bro, that's how I look at it. When they let us think they were telling us that Aaron Jones could play, that Watson can play. They're showing us all these clips, how these guys are all practicing on, and then when it comes game time, they say they're not starting, and then they tell us why. They say they're saving them for the Detroit game. So I'm thinking, why are they? I mean, this is really you're putting a lot of heat on your fucking quarterback on opening day, to fucking pull this off. And you could tell it was tough. It was tough. He was missing stuff. Wide receivers were dropping stuff.
Well, mainly it was
but it came in at the end. He played a fucking 4 quarters.
Penalties that hurt us. I mean,
in the first, the penalties were killing us. These false start, fucking holding. What the fuck, you rookie motherfuckers! Stop it!
They're gonna have them, man. They're young.
I think that's really interesting that the Packers actually came out and made it known that now we're saving them for Detroit. That tells me Detroit.
Bro, you're getting a lot of respect. No one's denying it. Look, man, I want to win against you guys. Deep down, in my heart, I want to believe it. But bro, this is going to be the best fight we're going to have all year.
I got it this way. I think they held them up because the fact that they're looking for a long stretch, man. They want to make sure if they put them down on the field, they're 100%. Packers been like that all their fucking for the longest time for knowing them. I mean, you got to be 100% to get back on that field. Even Gary right now, he's still on a cone. He's still not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you guys get a chance to watch either the Bears or the Vikings game?
Yeah, the Bears, man, the Bears.
I was just getting like little bits and pieces of it. I mean, when it was bro, at halftime, I was like, oh my god.
I will admit, watching the Bears or Vikings this week was way better than watching the Broncos versus the Fins.
Yeah.
So one thing about the Bears, what they need to do is actually fire the coach, offensive coordinator, get rid of fucking Fields, so they need to put Vanguard, whatever the fuck his name is, fucking and get a new offensive coordinator in there and a new fucking coach. And fucking
Poles had his shot. Fire Poles. Let the new GM find his own coach. That's how you do it.
Yeah, but right now,
right now, do it
right now.
Here's the biggest thing I know about the Bears. They haven't learned their lessons with Mitch Trubisky. They drafted Mitch Trubisky, fired their coach after year one.
Yep.
They did the same thing to Fields.
Yep.
As much as I knew Matt Nagy needed to go, they needed to give him another year with a rookie quarterback.
You remember
just to see what would happen.
Yep. You remember every team used to be scared of them because of their defense. They always had a nasty fucking defense.
Yeah.
They went away from it. And it's hurting that team bad.
I'll tell you
they haven't drafted or free agent right since they lost Urlacher.
Yeah, this team is in free fall. It seems like they're just. I mean, their defensive coordinator resigns for inappropriate sexual emails that he sent within the organization, and he resigned before he had to be fired with a black eye. And then now they're about to commit insurance fraud, because I heard $100,000 worth of equipment was stolen from Soldier Field. And if you've ever been to Soldier Field, you know damn well there wasn't no $100,000 piece of equipment in there. They ain't using it on the field, I'll tell you that. So probably, I mean, if you've ever seen that field, there's probably more likely to be asphalt paving that's going on there than any $100,000 piece of lawn equipment.
Well, at least someone scored.
Someone scored it for at Soldier Field. Good one. Yeah, so hey, Bears, there you are. We're running you through the mud. I know you're probably outside burning your Justin Fields jersey right now, but we've been telling you this guy can't throw the ball. Okay, we've been telling you that, and you're just now finding it. Here's the Justin Fields stats.
My mom can throw better than that.
11 of 22 for 99 yards. That is terrible. I mean, in the whole game, Derek Carr had better stats than you in a quarter and a half. Okay, that's terrible. I mean, this team, I can't imagine any of these Bear fans are still sticking with Justin Fields at this point. And the question I posed this morning, is Ryan Poles to blame here too for letting this happen? You think so, Robert? What do you think? I'd say give Ryan Poles another year. John and Jeremy, what do you think?
Why would you give Ryan Poles another year? They're the 32nd defense, and he wasted $70 million on overpaid linebackers.
Yeah. He's shown the fire sale way does not work. He sold everything, got rid of it, got all his money, did all these trades, and then what the hell did he do with it? They're not even going to be competitive.
Oh, well, hold on now. He did overpay for those linebackers, but they're damn good linebackers. Okay, They are.
Why did you give up? Why did you give up Roquan? Why did you give up? You already had a damn good linebacker. That you drafted that you should have never got rid of.
I agree with that, but he got $100 million or something in Baltimore. They could,
bro. But what has it done? I don't see a difference in his team. Right. They had a difference. He was a difference maker on their team.
He got 80 point something million dollars. So for the exact same price as Roquan Smith, they got TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds. I personally think that's a good deal. They did better with those two than keeping Roquan. I don't fault them for that. And Justin Fields was not drafted by Ryan Poles, and for that reason alone, I say Ryan Poles should get more time. He didn't completely screw the pooch in the offseason. They made a couple of nice moves. He did finagle DJ Moore out of it. CJ Stroud is looking.
You're so nice, Mike.
I'm being nice. I'm being nice because Ryan Poles is not Quezzy. Okay, he's not pulled a Quezzy yet.
Well, then why did he trade away his first pick and not just get his quarterback that he could have for his career right now last year? Why didn't he fucking do that?
Because
I mean, if he was stupid enough to listen to everybody else and not use his own common sense to see that Fields was a dumbass and he can't fucking play the game.
Quarterback for this year, that's it.
That's my take on it. He had his chance. I mean, we were saying Fields is not a bust at the end of last year. So I'm sorry.
They're setting him up. They're setting him up to fail, tell you, so they can get that pick.
Here comes Badgent. Let's go.
Let's see it. Anything, man. I mean, look, at this point, if they want to save the team, you know, in the eyes of the fans, they need to do this. They need to get rid of the guys that are making the fans go, fuck you, burning their jerseys. I mean, fuck, man. You don't sell those jerseys to watch them burn.
Roy, I just want to say, Roy, you absolutely could say Fudge Packer on this show.
Any of you guys watching these football game, Eagles and Tampa?
No.
All right, here we go.
F-bombs are only dropped when they can't think of anything intelligent to say, so they just drop the F-bomb in that. So just understand that if the F-bomb gets dropped, it's a sign of unintelligence.
One funky Lions fan says something, but it's gone now. Jason Smith said the cheese in Green Bay came out shredded. Lions fan says held them to 10 points without their two top running backs all game and only had a QB for half the game. Somebody enlighten me on that one?
He's talking about it.
The Saints had both their running backs out.
Yes. Only had a QB.
Can't win this way, can't win that way. Fuck all of you.
He's just crying, jealous.
Fuck all you. Can't win this way, you can't win that way. Fuck you.
Thursday what we're all about.
All I can say is at the end of the game, it's a fucking W. How about that? Call it ugly, call it fucking whatever you like. It's a fucking W. And we're sitting tied with you motherfuckers in first place. I'm about to settle that shit on Thursday. I'm ready. Let's settle some shit.
Technically in first place, Robert, because
look, I get that shit, and I understand how it is, and I understand why the rules are like that. Because come the end of the season, we don't want to be arguing over who's in first when we got ties. If you win your division, then you proudly can step forward and say you're the division king. Right. So I understand it. I get it.
And we'll still be here next week, no matter what happens.
I'll be here too, man. I'll see you Monday morning.
Much respect, Robert, for sure.
Jeremy's Padawan on line 2.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Will Vogel. He's a Panthers fan, but he's faking the funk tonight to be a Lions fan. How are you, Will?
I'm doing great.
It's definitely illegal.
And don't forget what Jesus says.
I want to say that I still feel the Bears overpaid for them two linebackers because they are ranked in the bottom 10 of all starting linebackers in the league.
Wow.
What? I think Edwin got hurt too.
Wow. So really, how much money did he spend again on that? I mean, to sit at the bottom where they're going to be. And you don't think Poles is the problem? Adios, dude. That's how I would say it.
Well, I think that he gets another year is what I'm saying.
You guys as Lion fans, you guys got a great GM now. You didn't have that before. All those years you had somebody who didn't know what they were doing running the fucking – that's what the Bears got.
Right. And the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars said it really good here a few weeks ago. He said, what you're looking for is the Trinity, right? The GM, the coach, and the quarterback.
Yeah.
And when you have those three – all in place, that's when you can really look at trying to win. I think Green Bay definitely has that. The Lions definitely have that. The Vikings and the Bears do not have that. Did I say Packers?
Had
I'm
enough
sorry.
of that shit.
Lions and Packers have that. I do not believe the Vikings and Bears have it. But I also believe that the Carolina Panthers might have that. What do you think, Will Vogel? Carolina Panthers?
They are who we thought they were.
They're not winning a lot of games right now, but are you liking what you see from the Panthers team?
You know what? It's a growing team, mixed up
Playoffs.
young players and vets. You got guys like Thielen, Sanders, Chark, and then you got some young guys like Bryce Young, who was out this week with a concussion. And then you got
I heard it was
young
an
guys
ankle.
like
I heard it was an ankle.
Mingo with a concussion.
Don't
You
they
sure-
play the
Do I
Vikings
think
this week?
Do I think it's a full-on Trinity
Yeah.
yet?
No.
No.
Revenge.
I think you've got the good GM, you got a pretty good coach. You're not there with the quarterback yet. So I'd say 2 out of 3.
All right, that's a great take.
Playoffs.
Now I heard that Bryce Young's injury was an ankle, and you're saying concussion. Are you sure about that?
Did you not see him line up wrong?
It's both. It's both. It's both. I think it's both. Personally, he looked dazed and confused. But even Jeremy knows I wasn't expecting us to make the playoffs this year. I'm realistic. I'm going to the game on Sunday, and I'm expecting us this year to be 6-9.
So are you wearing a
wins.
Panthers half Panthers and half
Had enough
Lions
of that
shirt?
shit.
No, it's Panthers
Oh.
Vikings this week.
Oh.
No, I'm
No.
wearing a collared shirt tonight.
Panthers got the Vikings this week, and that's in Carolina.
I'm going.
Vikings
I'm
come in
pumped.
0-3. Panthers are what? Are they also 0-3?
We're also
Yep.
0-3. But I
So
think
one of these
we're gonna
teams are
win
going to
that
get off.
game.
You think they're going to beat the Vikings?
I do,
Right.
because I think our the Minnesota looked is a very shaky team. I think we're gonna win because we look a lot better and we have better chemistry, I think.
Right.
And
You
the
got-
Minnesota defense isn't
Playoffs.
as good.
Yeah, you got smashed in Seattle, though.
Oh, we did. I know we did. I was expecting it. I told people before the game I was working. I was like, yeah, expect us to lose by 14 plus.
I got Vikings winning their first game. I got them
Even
winning.
Jeremy,
John, you
on
keep
his-
picking them to
even-
win. Why?
Why?
Even on
Why?
Jeremy's show, I picked
Because
the
they got the
Seahawks,
offense.
I can tell you.
Look, I think it'd be more fun if we bet for the Vikings and the Bears to be over till they meet up for their first game. We could just bet to hopefully keep them down so that when they finally play each other, one of them will decide who's the king of the basement.
I
Well,
want
they'll
them
tie.
both to-
If they play
I
together,
want
they're going
them-
to tie then. Then
I
what?
want them both to tie.
Yo, that would be so fucking. Oh my god, that would be the ultimate.
If they both tied.
That would be so. Yeah, they're over. They go into the game and then they tie each other.
That'd be perfect. That's my dream.
3
Oh
and
my
3.
god.
Both
Oh,
teams
Bears versus
5-1.
Both
I
tie at
think the
0.
end score will be. I think the end score will be 3-3.
So we've successfully
Broncos. I mean,
we've successfully run the Bears and Vikings through the mud. Do we have any of them in the backstage willing to come and defend their team?
I thought I saw Skull in the back. He said Skull was back there, but I don't know if he is now.
I saw
we
Jim
have
Gibbs
two
earlier.
parts of the fan base that went into witness protection.
That's a shame, man.
It
You mean
is.
winless protection.
I mean, how can those guys say they're fucking hardcore fans? Get the fuck out of here, man. Take your beatings, bro. Last year you were leading the division talking shit to all of us. Now this year you're over and you're where are you at? Hello. Crickets. Fucking.
Kudos to everybody on this
No,
show
I-
because we said the same thing. We all said the same thing. With what the Minnesota Vikings lost on defense, they will not win that many one-score games.
That's right.
What have they lost all 3 games as?
All
One-score games.
Right.
That-
We said it from the beginning that is not sustainable. That kind of luck is not sustainable. And I love what you said, Will. It might have got lost there in the shuffle, but the Vikings and Bears have gone into winless protection.
You can't
I love
give me
that.
credit. You can't give me credit. Jeremy's given me that saying for years. So give him
That's a Jeremy B original.
That's
Developing nicely, he is. Okay. All right, what else we got? Scott Smith says this isn't the Packers station. Take it off.
It's okay, buddy. It's war week between Detroit and the Packers. It only comes twice a year, man.
Hey.
It depends on that injury with Fields. Badgett may have to start.
That's what's up right here, guys. This is what it's all about. This is the biggest. We get a bunch of these every week. You know, every year there's like 4 or 5 of these big matches. You had one week 1 with the Packers and the Bears.
Yeah.
You know, it War Week.
War
War
week.
week is a fun week.
Yeah.
Sometimes
But
multiple.
we gotta change it for this year because it's really not war with the Vikings and the Bears. It's really not war. It's just more like out there.
You know what I
Oh
call
yeah, it
that?
is.
It's like clubbing a baby seal, bro. It's like you're clubbing a baby seal. I'm telling you.
5 days a week. It's War Week.
You know what I call the Packers, or sorry, the Bears and the Vikings? A war reenactment, not a real war.
But to Robert's point, when we play those teams, it's going to be not war week. It'll be like mild annoyance week.
Yeah, really. It's the bye week. It's officially another bye week.
Yeah, for
We're
us,
still
it's bye
division
week,
games,
The
guys.
Vikings and the Bears were so bad they would lose to a bye week.
Hey, man. They're already talking about what they're going to do in the draft. It's only week 3, bro.
Lions are 3-10 in the bye week.
Wow. I didn't.
But hey, man, in all seriousness, man, look, I don't know how it's gonna play out. I love you guys. I love your show. I know you're Lions fans. You're the fucking enemy, and I hope your fucking team gets their ass kicked. All right, because I'm really gonna be screaming at my TV for you guys to get beat. Okay, but it's not personal on you guys. All right, understand that.
Oh, absolutely, Robert.
And I'll see you guys Monday. I'll take my lumps if it happens. But
absolutely, the fact that your team sucks, we don't hold that against you.
yeah, I know, man. It's all good.
Mike Withrow says Bagent put up better numbers than any other QB to ever come out of college, better than the top 4 QBs drafted this year combined. Interesting. So maybe where did he go to college, Jeremy? Do you know?
Wasn't it Wisconsin?
Yeah.
He went to Wisconsin. And he put up better numbers than all them teams. I seem to recall Michigan smashing the Badgers the last few years. So I'm hard to believe that.
Bear fans make up stories to make their shit look good. I mean, we've been hearing it all offseason how good Fields is. And,
I want to know. This comment says Robert needs some soap. I don't understand that.
I don't understand it either.
That you can't smell Robert. He's in Texas.
That's right, man. Well,
there's an unusual amount of,
and there's a bad odor of Cowboys getting their ass whooped by the Cardinals around here. So
yeah, hey, we haven't talked enough about that. They let the Ethiopian alien known as Josh Dobbs throw all over them.
Man. I don't even know. Did losing your secondary, your best secondary guy, turn your defense to mush like that? Because that's what happened.
I heard the other day.
That's the only injury they had on defense.
Yeah, one injury. He's out for the season, and now their defense is like fucking suspect. What is that?
The Bears, the new Lions.
Saints defense is not better than the Lions. Get out of here with that BS.
So
hey, Mike, are the Bears the new Lions?
The guy said, I heard
holy shit.
About the Cardinals and the Cowboys game. Someone's like, man, you could have used Ezekiel Elliott in those goal line plays. He's a bruiser back.
Well, if the Lions can ever win a Super Bowl, then maybe we could make fun of the Bears being like the old Lions. At least the Bears have one.
I just think that's a pretty good comment.
Mike Withrow says Cousins is the best QB, but Goff has the better team. And I'll agree with that 100%, Mike. Yep. I think Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback in this division, and I think he proves it every single week.
No, would you think it'd be smart for the Jets to actually try to give it like a first-round draft pick or a second for Cousins?
Absolutely.
He's not worth
right now.
Yes.
Yeah, it would have to be now. You can't. That's not something you want to wait for next year, man. It has to be now.
There's a serious comment that's really good.
I'm pleased to announce Nick Chubb's injury is not season-ending. Sending my prayers to him for a speedy recovery. Kyle Trout.
That is great news.
What? He's going to be able to come back by the end of the season?
No, probably
not. Be able to return. They say he may be able to return if they make the playoffs.
An MCL takes 6 months.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back, bro. I don't think he's coming back.
6 months, the season will be over.
I thought career ending for sure.
Yep.
But if you suffer, did you see the replay of it? Ugh.
Oh, bro, there's a still. It's like sideways. I don't even understand how you could. Oh.
You know who I'm surprised got back up last night was Garoppolo. How he got folded like a sandwich, like at before half.
Yeah,
I was like,
Jared Goff had one like that under Grady Jarrett Sunday too. That scared me a little bit. So.
It scared all of us. I ain't gonna
All
lie.
right, Mike,
That's
you
the last
ready
thing I
for?
wanted to see was
We're about
Bridgewater.
ready for this type of stuff right here, buddy. Right there.
All right, Bengals Rams tonight. They say this just before we went on. Joe Burrow is active and will start for the Bengals.
Yep. Thank God.
That game jumping off in less than a half an hour. Matthew Stafford going in. This is a rematch of the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, of course, in Cincinnati tonight. The Rams are a 2.5-point underdog. That originally started at 5 points at the beginning of the week. And because of the uncertainty of Burrow, it has now dwindled to 2.5 points. So if you're betting, I'll tell you a couple of bets that I like in this one. I like Matthew Stafford's over longest pass, 34.5 yards. Neither one of these teams have a very good run defense, so I like the over on rushing for both running backs as well. Let's kick it around the panel. John Dorn, what do you think? Rams, Bengals, who you like tonight?
I'm going to have to go with the Rams, man.
Rams in the 2.5.
Bengals just haven't looked good, man. They just haven't.
Cincinnati certainly looks out of sorts, but they're also looking for their first win of the year. It's home cooking. They don't want to start 0-3, especially in that division that they're in. Jeremy Ballreich, who you like tonight?
I like the Rams because Burrow has proven with this calf injury, his mechanics are awful, and he can't complete passes downfield.
Yet.
Period.
Well,
he has not yet.
He hasn't done it this season. Yeah, he hasn't done it yet.
He's playing a very
Until they win a game,
defense,
I won't pick Cincinnati to win again.
Okay, Will Vogel, who you like tonight? Rams, Bengals?
Rams, because Jeremy said it. The Bengals rushed him way too fast from when he hurt his ankle in practice. They went his calf. They went, oh, you could start soon. No, you rushed it.
Actually, the reports out of Cincinnati is that he is personally fighting. He's fighting to get on the field. That they're trying to not let him. And it's not the organization. It's actually Joe Burrow fighting and saying, "Fuck you! I'm gonna suit up. I'm playing."
Yeah, that dude's got moxie, man. He just got paid. He got paid, bro. He just got paid. He wants to give his fans. That's what I'm saying, man. He's a quarterback you get behind. The fans do anyway.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
That's
the only time I don't like Joe Burrow usually is in the playoffs because if you look at his numbers, they're not good.
Yeah, well, Joe Burrow is a guy that could play on my team any day. Robert Bertano, what do you think? Rams, Bengals, who you got?
Well, I'm gonna look. I got Joe Burrows on like 8 fucking fantasy teams. He better come through for me tonight, man. He's left me high and dry the last 2 weeks. I need his ass. I'm pulling for the Bengals because when I draft, I get the quarterback and I get his number 1 wide receiver. So Jamar Chase ain't doing shit either. That motherfucker ain't got me nothing either.
Yeah, so, I also have Burrow in a league, and I sat him tonight and started Matt Stafford. So as my backup, so I had no choice. Russell, we'll give you the last word on this. Rams, Bengals, who you like?
Man, I gotta give Joe Burrow one more chance. I'm going out there for you, dude. I mean,
I'm with you.
You're 0-2 here, but I got everyone else is kind of against him on the panel. I'm just gonna go against the grain just because I think he's gonna get it done. I mean, Cincinnati's a really good team. I just can't see them going down three games in a row. They
got cool jerseys on tonight. They got cool jerseys on tonight, white with a black stripe.
That's an emotional pick.
Oh, that's the color.
That pick. That's not a lock pick, guys. That's me betting with my emotion. I'm not doing that with my heart. That's a heart pick.
Right.
Listen to my lock picks, but don't listen to my heart picks.
Yeah, that's just because Burrow went to Ohio.
Oh my goodness.
It's my quarterback.
Anyway, Rams 2.5-point favorite or underdog on the road tonight. So keep that in mind. What's the other game? Oh yeah, Jalen Hurts against Baker Mayfield. Philadelphia travels to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a 5.5-point underdog in their home stadium. I think this is easy money. The Eagles roll over the Bucs. The Bucs are 2-0, but they've beaten the Vikings and the Bears. 2 teams combined who don't have a single win, and the Eagles are just a Mack truck coming through. They've been a little frustrated lately. I think they get right tonight against the Buccaneers. We'll kick this one around the panel. Robert, we'll start with you. Eagles, Bucs, 5.5. What do you like?
Oh man, the Eagles are going to truck them guys. Baker's not winning this week. He's going to get his ass stomped.
The magic is over. according to Robert.
It's over.
All right. I do like the prop of Rachaad White over 30 yards receiving because their other back is hurt. And I expect Baker Mayfield to take what the defense gives him. And that stingy Philly defense is only going to give some plays out of the backfield. Rachaad White is great at catching the ball. So I like the over 34 receiving yards for Rachaad White. That's
going to be a lot of checking down. Going to be a lot of that.
Correct.
a lot of that going on.
Now, the Bucs do have a formidable defense. I see Dallas Goedert feasting tonight as well. I mean, you're going to stop the run with Swift. Obviously, every team wants to stop the run. And you're going to have to pick your poison, Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown. And that's going to free up Dallas Goedert in the middle of the field, I believe. So I would also look at a prop bet maybe for Dallas Goedert. Jeremy Ballreich, who you like in this one? Eagles, Bucs.
The easy answer is to take the team that was in the Super Bowl last year.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like easy. Baker has basically been a reclamation project no matter where he went. And he's actually flourishing there with Tampa Bay. And that defense is legit.
Uh-huh.
Say what you want. There's a chance they could upset the Eagles tonight.
Okay,
I'd take the points in the Bucs.
Take 5.5 at home. And I love to take an underdog when they're at home. What do you got there, Will? Buccaneers, Eagles.
I think I like the what Jeremy said about the reclamation project of Baker. I always liked Baker. Even before he was a Panther, I've liked Baker. But I got the Eagles by 10.
Woo! I love it. John Dorn, you're last. Eagles, Bucs, and I know, John, before you go, I know the Packers aren't playing, so you don't really give a shit. But give us your take.
I think I got the Bucs winning this one here, to tell you the truth. I think the Eagles are overrated right now, and I think they're not playing as good. I just got Bucs. I'm telling you the truth, man. You got to watch out for them. I'm going for Bucs. I'm going Bucs.
Wow, both teams undefeated going in. And half of our panel, over half of our panel here thinks that the Bucs pull the upset tonight, and they come out as the 3-0 team and not the Eagles.
It's real, the Baker upset.
Yeah. I've always liked Baker as well. He's got so much moxie. I think he's
nobody likes to lose from a guy named Baker. Come on, man.
Right. So Russell Wayne, you're the last one here. Eagles, Bucs, 5.5.
Man, Eagles, Bucs, 5.5. I mean, I don't know. The Eagles are just really damn good. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter sit right. They just get pressure. I just think it's just too much. I mean, it's like a Cinderella story. If Tampa Bay pulls this off, I think that it just sounds good in a storybook, but not in reality. I think that the Eagles roll.
I think Eagles roll as well. Well, hey, guys, we really appreciate everyone. If you're out there watching, please like this video. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video. It doesn't cost anything. It's absolutely free. All you do is reach down and you push that button and you like us. You like the video. It's the main event. This is the NFC North Open Mic, and we appreciate everyone watching tonight. Follow our page. It's Detroit Lions Villain Squad on Facebook. And don't forget, we're here every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time doing a little trash talk. There hasn't been a whole lot tonight. It's kind of mild in here tonight. I don't know why. We're just waiting for some real Bear and Viking fans to join the conversation. Don't forget to join the groups. That's the NFC North the Huddle and Detroit Lions main event. Join the groups, join the conversation. For the panel and for the maestro, Russell Wayne, I'm main event Mike saying God bless each and every one of you. Peace out.
One Lion.
Go.
Nobody knows knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my song.
Don't give up your day job.
Oh, I wash my hands of the douchebag fans. Blow, pack, blow. What do you mean you own the team? Blow, pack, blow.
Everyone's jealous of us owning our own team. You know that, right?
I'm a little.
If Detroit said, "Hey guys, you want to buy a piece of the company?" Would you do it? I mean, it's really basically you're just supporting your team. Yeah, I mean, it's not. It means nothing, but you would still do it, wouldn't you? Come on, man. If you're a true fan, you would.
I would not pay $300 for a piece of paper that said
Why?
I own the team.
Do you buy jerseys? Do you buy hats? Do you buy? I mean, it's only going into the team, man.
Oh, okay. Well, the owners' meeting's in October. Are you going?
Bro, it means nothing. No, I'm not going to. I'm not, bro. Look, my grandfather was one of the original, you know, bro, it's a sacred thing in Packerland. But I'm saying, if you guys had that, if you guys had something like that, you would be doing it too. I'm sorry.
Your grandfather was one of the original owners?
He was one of the original when they first offered. Yeah, I'm a third generation Packer backer. My grandfather came over here from Italy and planted his ass in the middle of Wisconsin. That's where he started.
Well, nothing goes with spaghetti sauce like cheese.
You got it, bro. I'm telling you, man. My grandfather owned a restaurant for 20 years, man. Best cook I ever fucking met.
Well, that's awesome. I'm a good cook myself. Was it an Italian restaurant?
Yes, sir.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
So,
no, hey, look.
Bertana is
yes, it's Italian, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm third generation.
You got
my dad grew
any of those recipes laying around or what?
Bro, when my grandfather, here's what happened. When my grandfather passed away, he had just remarried some other woman, like his third or fourth. I don't know, man. You know, he's Italian. He couldn't stay without a woman. I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, he passed. He went into the hospital, and they never called it. Her family never told us. So then when he passed away, then they called us. So we go down there, like 20, 30 of us going, what the fuck happened? Well, because we're going to wreck shop. I mean, my grandfather's dead. No one tells us he's in the hospital. He's been there we go to the hospital, and those people are stunned. They're like, we didn't even know he had any family. Wow. They didn't tell us anything. He's been in here for 2 weeks. We could have seen him. I mean, bro, that's bad feelings for me on that. But, you know, hey, life is life, man.
Did he still have the restaurant at that time?
Well, he was retired from that, but he had a box full of recipes. And I mean, I get up there, homemade soup. I never ate anything out of a can living with my grandfather. Never, man. Everything, you go in his freezer, there's like 20 of these little 1 gallon things, all different kinds of soup. He makes a lot, he puts it in there. Never had anything out of a can. Everything was made fresh, like risotto. The greatest risotto you ever eat in your life. Oh my God. He would chop up salami and put that in there. He would like chop it up real fine. He goes, that's the secret. Don't tell nobody. He chop it up real fine and put it in there with the garlic, everything. He seasoned it and he sauteed it. Oh my God. It took him like all day to make his risotto. That's how good it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of steps to it. I mean, you
gotta
toast the rice in a dry pan.
Yeah,
first.
bro, it's unbelievable. You would insult him if you said use fucking instant rice. It would be insulting.
Oh, right, for sure. Well, I just wondered, did you get any of those recipes out of that box?
No, that's the thing. When he died, they fucking had that. My grandfather and this lady had their will set up. Whoever died, the other one gets it. Their families locked my dad. Bro, I'm telling you, man, we went to war with these people. And they got rid of everything my grandfather owned. By the time we could get anything, it was all gone.
That's sad, man.
Bro,
I know some people that happened to as well. Almost the same way.
Broke my dad's heart, man. Broke my dad's heart, bro. But now my dad's not with me, so you know, shit. Football, that was our thing, man. Football. So I mean, I really feel my dad's lost at this time of year because I mean, I saw my first Super Bowl with my dad. I went to my first Packer. I mean, you know that shit, man, is bonding. And he went with his dad. I mean, they lived there in Wisconsin, man. They watched Lombardi, bro.
Man. I hear you, bro. My dad was such a huge Lions fan, and we lost him to cancer in '97. It's comforting to know that he hasn't missed a single playoff game since.
Yeah, but bro, you understand what I feel, man. During this season, especially with you guys doing so well. I mean, you guys are on the up. So
yeah. If ever we can break through and get a Super Bowl trophy, that's the first thing I'm gonna do is go out to his grave, and just let him know, hey, we got this.
Man, me and my dad sat there and cried, bro. I was like, I started crying. I look over, he's fucking already crying. I'm like, what the fuck? I've never seen it. It was the greatest. And Brett Favre was awesome. That's my favorite Packer.
This is by far the best team we've ever had, and I know you guys aren't sitting in that position because you've seen much better teams than this. But this is the best team we've ever seen in my lifetime. So our excitement is through the roof. But that loss to Seattle and all those injuries really curbed a lot of people's enthusiasm. I mean, you haven't heard one word or anything about those ski masks since that. We all got brought down to earth a little bit by Pete Carroll, and now it's a much more focused fandom, and we're a lot more cautiously optimistic now.
Well, you know what? I love your guy. Look, I remember in the '80s when we played the Barry Sanders teams. Man, it was never a lock playing those guys, and I get that same feeling back. I haven't felt that from you guys in a long time. That's like that. I thought maybe when Patricia took over, but I mean, he couldn't get even double-digit wins for you guys. So I mean, I miss those Wayne Fonts teams, man. Those were some good coach teams, man. You guys had some good.
Nah, we never had a team that was a real threat. I mean,
you think this is better? You don't think you couldn't have won with Barry?
No, I don't. There wasn't enough around him. The GM and the front office were a bunch of idiots. They didn't know how to run a football team. Kind of what we're seeing out there in Denver. Kind of what we're seeing in Denver out there right now. People just kind of finding their way. And I don't think that any of those teams, the 91 team, the 93 team, the 2014 team, these are the best teams in my lifetime that we've ever had. And they were not as good as this team that's playing right now. No way, not even close.
Yeah. Well, you guys got a good team. I mean, look, I give Gibbs and Laporta. Holy shit, man! That guy's worth picking up, man, as a backup tight end. Yeah. And so is Musgrave too. They use Musgrave a lot, man. The first week when Chelsea was out, and then Andrews didn't play either. I have like those two guys on like 80% of my fantasy leagues, and I picked up Luke Musgrave as a backup. I had to throw him in week 1.
Yeah.
And he did.
If I were you, Robert, I would play the tight end against Detroit, because no team is more susceptible to the tight end than Detroit. Even in the beatdown we had last week, the tight ends for Atlanta still had 10 catches.
Bro, so Jordan Love has missed Musgrave in 2 out of 3 games for a down the middle, wide open pass touchdown. It would be a touchdown. In the Bear game, he had 2 shots at it, and he tripped himself up and he missed the other one. I mean, they missed the pass, but if he can ever get connected with the tight end, we're going to destroy a lot of teams, because Luke Musgrave can catch if he could just connect with the ball.
Yeah. That's growing pains of a young quarterback.
Bro, it's so, I mean, but look, man, I'm worried about losing you guys, and I talk a lot of shit, so, I'm going to have to take heat for it if it happens.
Don't worry,
that's all right, though. Give it to me, man. Give it to me.
If your team loses, we will roast the shit right out of you.
I know you guys, and you know what? Lion fans have been so annoying. You don't know, man. We're gonna go to war with you guys. How this ends it's gonna be ugly. Your roast posts for next week are gonna be ugly, one way or the other.
Oh, for sure. Hey, Russ, throw up that picture of Aaron Glenn real quick. Oh shit, we're still live. I didn't even know.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say right here. Is like anybody.
Oh, we're still live. I thought we were off all the. Oh shit! My bad.
I was just actually waiting for a break in between. This was like you guys were going back and forth so much, but I just wanted to say, anybody that's still watching, thank you. I did throw the link from the YouTube into the comments right there. If you get a chance, go over to the YouTube channel and give us a subscribe and like the video too that you're watching right now. Put a like on it, and we'd like that.
Put that there. Look at his forehead from wearing that football helmet.
Oh my God!
From wearing that football helmet for 15 years. That's what that is.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
That's something. That's
holy shit, bro! Somebody just didn't walk up and hit him with the helmet.
I can't believe anybody's out. We got 20 people still watching this live right now.
I know. And me and Robert were way too nice to each other.
Yeah, we were.
Robert.
Going through.
Robert,
I didn't know he was live. Yeah, fuck you, Mike.
Hey! That was fantastic banter. That was a great story. I didn't want to jump in the middle of it. It was authentic. I appreciate you guys being like that. And this is what we would call the open mic after hours, right?
There you go.
It might happen every once in a while. We'll just leave it live.
We didn't know. I didn't even pay attention until Mike said something. I was just bullshitting. I was listening. He started singing. That's why I thought it was over. I'm like, you played that live, Mike singing?
But I'm going to end it for real this time right here. And I'm going to do it like, this is kind of like when you watch the Avengers and then you watch all of the credits and everything. Now we're all done with the BS and then we'll leave you with this.
It's not fair. They were so happy. It's not gonna be okay.
What's going on, Russell Wayne and the Main Event 365 Network? This is Jason Kabinda from the Detroit Lions. Here to give y'all a shout out, man. We appreciate all the support, man. Know you guys are big fans. Know that you guys are rooting for us to take the North this year, and we're going to do just that, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Just want to give y'all a shout out. Y'all have a great day.